What's up, guys? Benny. In the wake of the horrific transgender massacre of Christian children praying at a church, we posted the undeniable pattern of transgender attacks on Christians in our nation. It's been happening with extreme regularity, not only in Minneapolis's Annunciation Catholic Church, but also in the Nashville Christian School, along with the Lakewood Church, Colorado Springs Church, Denver Church, Aberdeen Church shooter, and also a Iowa high school where the shooter was a trans activist. Radical gender ideology is driving violence and targeting innocent people. Obviously, this is time for a national conversation and intervention. You can see here for the children. Also, a paper target with Christ's head on it can be seen amongst the many very dark and very evil trappings of the shooter. The shooter was transgender. That's been proven, and also says that he regrets becoming transgender. I'm tired of being trans. I wish I had never brainwashed myself, the school shooter says. Is now the time to finally have this conversation? Transgender shooter Robin Westman confessed that he was tired of being trans and wished to have never been brainwashed in his manifesto. He also says that he's demonically possessed. I mean, here, there's no other way to interpret this image. Here in Westman's own hand, in his own diary, you can see Westman staring into the mirror, seeing a demon staring back at him with the rifle slung around his back. In his own Sanskrit here, that's really just like Russian that he's writing. It says, "When will it end? Help me. I don't want to. Help. Kill yourself. Kill." This is obviously a real problem, a true mental health crisis in this nation, and it's leading to innocent children dying, and they are targeting churches and targeting children. It's time for people to speak up, and that's why I bring you arguably the single bravest moment in broadcast TV history that I've ever seen, which is Jesse Waters' monologue last night, where not only does he call out the actual trends of transgender shooting, but also the severe problem, the instability and mental health issues that need to be discussed, and the inability for modern politics to talk about it, of the left, the modern political parties of the left. People on the right talk about it all the time, and rightfully so, because we want children to live and we don't want them to be gunned down in church. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Jesse Waters' single bravest monologue I've ever heard on cable TV. It's gone viral on my page, by the way. 3 million views, 27,000 reposts, and 85,000 likes. The sucker is a nuke, and you'll see why. Here you go.
Suicidal transgender who hates Trump's Christians and Jews shoots up kids at a Catholic school, and the media wants to take away your handgun. So how are we supposed to protect ourselves from trans shooters? The media is bad at pattern recognition. We aren't. Just 2 years ago, another trans 20-something walked into a Christian school in Nashville with a rifle and shot 3 kids and 3 adults. They buried the manifesto and locked down the case. We've seen trans shootings in Colorado and in Maryland. They even shot up an ICE facility in Texas. And it seems like half of Antifa's trans. A couple of they-thems just got popped for firebombing Teslas. The mayor of Minneapolis says, you can't say that.
Anybody who is using this as an opportunity to villainize our trans community or any other community out there has lost their sense of common humanity. We should not be operating out of a place of hate for anyone. We should be operating from a place of love for our kids.
I don't hate anyone who thinks they're trans. I feel sorry for them. But statistically, the trans population has been prone to violence. That's not villainizing, that's reality. And if you can't recognize reality, you're in danger. We love the American people, especially American children. And if they're troubled and believe they're somehow a girl trapped in a boy's body, we want to get them help. We don't want to give them hormones and operate on them. Society shouldn't be trying to produce more trans kids, and doctors should stop profiting from it. Great Britain ended child sex change surgeries. They said it's barbaric, and they're right. And politicians should stop elevating the trans issue like it's the civil rights struggle of the 21st century. You see it all over Minneapolis.
Minneapolis will continue to be a safe haven for our trans community.
For being a safe haven for transgender individuals.
We have sued them for gender-affirming care. Yes, we are not going to scapegoat our transgender community.
When our children tell us who they are, it is our job as grown-ups to listen and to believe them.
So when your 9-year-old tells you he's a horse, do you let him sleep out in the barn and eat hay? What are we doing here? Teenagers are confused. Sometimes these things are just a phase. And if they're not, all right, then a grown man can wear a dress. If he wants to do that in America, he has that right. We're a pretty darn tolerant society. But the left's weaponizing trans kids and turning them into culture warriors. And they've been turned loose against the church, schools, and Trump. You see it, I see it. The trans clan has a militant wing, and it's out for blood. They're taking lives, defiling churches, and freaking everybody out. And some politicians are doing more to protect shooters like Westman than soft targets like schools. In 2023, private schools in Minnesota begged Governor Walz to fund more school safety. They told him it was an urgent and critical need. Minnesota had an $18 billion budget surplus, but the governor didn't do it. Instead, he turned Minnesota into a trans sanctuary. And his attorney general, Keith Ellison, sued Trump so they can keep castrating little boys. Tim Walz failed. Our leaders keep failing us. They failed us during COVID, on trade, on immigration. They say they care about kids, but they locked them down and oversaw an obesity and chronic disease epidemic. And now there's a growing trans epidemic, and they won't even admit it. Just like crime. They created a crisis and then lie about it and blame you for not being compassionate. But their fake compassion is getting people killed.
The only way that you fight evil and defeat it is to speak its name and to take action. And so it's time to actually call this problem out. It's the only way to fight evil. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting evil with you. That's your boy Benny. See ya.